I've kept the promise. Finally, you can vote in.
Brought to you by MOMWELL CARE KIT. Wrestling one mommy at a time. You should get yours today.
They already caught the killer.
Yes, I did see that. I saw that they caught the killer.
Well, I mean, it's not official. He's a suspect in the assassination. And
I think they pretty much they're acting like in the news like he's just not just a suspect. I mean,
you think he is a guy?
yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. The police are applauding their work like they did. All right, catch this. After several days of searching through security footage, following up on a deluge of tips, and even sending scuba divers to the bottom of a lake.
I didn't know about that.
Police, this is a report from AP sets the standards for political reporting. Police on Monday announced the arrest of a suspect in the killing of the United Healthcare CEO outside a Midtown Manhattan hotel last week.
Wow.
Okay, and he was at a McDonald's.
He was at a McDonald's when he got busted at.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you talk about last meal.
That's.
You know. I don't think I would.
It's kind of corny though. Who's at the McDonald's, and I believe he had like his backpack and all the evidence with him. Like,
You think about what kind of marketing that is for McDonald's, though. You've never seen McDonald's, go to McDonald's, catch a bad guy. It's like it can make the meal. They can make the.
You keep working on that one. Keep working on.
They could make the Mangione meal.
Oh my gosh.
What did he order?
his name is Mangione. Like one of my favorite jazz guys is Chuck Mangione.
I know.
I'm like, why did he have to have that name?
I know. Is he related to the Mangione? Chuck Mangione?
I don't know. Luigi Mangione is a heavy Italian name.
Luigi Mangione.
But that guy.
That means you definitely know your pasta. You're about your pasta.
Don't you think that guy looked like super privileged though?
Oh, no, look, he was. I mean, he was, but he nearly league school. He went to University of Penn.
Yeah.
It was, I think he lived part for a while in Hawaii. Hawaii.
I think he came from Hawaii to New York to kill Brian Thompson.
I don't know. That's the story, but it's possible. I mean, in some ways he kind of did,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he didn't do it in Hawaii, but I mean, the kid, I mean, from what I'm hearing, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, that's not cool. I hate when they have hot criminals.
Hot criminals. Yeah, the women are saying, this guy is model material, male model material. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean he is, but he still killed someone. I mean, I just hate like when people say like, use your white privilege. I didn't mean in that way,
I don't think none of us mean it in that way. No, that's
All jokes aside, they did get someone. More information is unfolding. They did find, I believe, a 3D printed gun.
What exactly is a 3D printed gun? Like I don't.
Right.
The Mayan vision of a 3D printed gun is like something you get, like you print it on the computer and suddenly you can lift it up from the printer and it's a gun.
Well, you know what?
Is that enough? It can't be right.
Well, enough. You're not far from the truth, though. It's basically, you have 3D printing machines, and you sketch out the design of what actually you want. And some people know how to, with these 3D printer machines, are able to print an actual physical gun, a physical weapon, which, by the way, is done so there's no serial numbers. The gun can't be traced.
That's why they do that.
Yeah, that's why they call them. Sometimes they call them ghost guns. Ghost guns sometimes. So.
I wonder where he got the gun though, because I know he's from Maryland. He was in Hawaii. Those in New York. Those aren't really gun-friendly, states at all.
Well,
America is just messed up with these guns, man.
The gun situation is. Some people blame it on the guns. Some people blame it on the people. Some people say the gun can't shoot itself without a human. It's more of a human problem. Some people say there's so many guns. I mean, it flip-flops. It just flip-flops. I mean, me personally, I'd rather nobody had guns.
Or now you can print it with the 3D printer. I mean, everybody has a gun now. And a silencer.
And a silencer.
What did you think about the silencer too?
The silencer thing was pretty crazy.
What's the difference if they got him on broad daylight with the cameras You know,
Yeah, I mean,
what was the silencer gonna do? I mean, I guess that Norm allowed him to get away a little easier.
I think he was a lot in his head on this.
Yeah.
I think it was the only reason why I say
He was a university student.
right. He's a university student, University of Penn, but I think he had a lot in his head because I don't understand how, like you said, I made a joke earlier about McDonald's, and I mean, dude, you just killed a very successful guy, Universal Healthcare CEO, Brian. So weird. That's daylight.
Yeah, and in broad daylight.
Yeah, it's like when you want to get in a cave, hide yourself a little bit better, And it seems to me when I see the pictures of him, he had like a little smirk on his face.
Yeah.
But
Either this is a government setup or this is like a real pathological guy.
yeah, well, it said it was premeditated. They believe, from what we heard, the way he walked up to the guy, he waited for the guy, his target. It's unfortunate what happened, but really, we might see more of this in the near future. We might see more such heinous crimes like this. We've been seeing them happen.
I think assassination has become a way to solve things for a long time, but in America especially. I mean, they just had that assassination on Trump, but it was just too, attempted. But it was just too normal, the way it just floated through the news, and it just, years ago, if somebody was like attempted assassination, it was like a big,
It was huge.
when Kennedy was assassinated, they still talked about it for like 40 years out.
I know, but people, I believe these days, are just too desensitized. Of course, and people just have their own lives, and people are self-involved so much that they don't admit their feelings. I mean, we're losing touch with humanity, being humane a little bit. Like it's unfortunate what happened to that guy. It was terrible what Universal Healthcare was doing. Of course. I mean, 1 in 3 people were being denied. I think they were close to about that 32% denial rate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, it is.
I would hate for this to be a blueprint for other people to be able to communicate their feelings, to the world. We're seeing this is that guns are an option to solve situations.
Well, this is the thing that strikes me. There's so many situations where people in America with these guns are so premeditated, okay? And this is a smart man. This was a university student, raised. Look, he didn't live in the bad. He didn't live in the bad side of Hawaii, okay? I don't know.
No, he came from a good scholarly for the pictures I saw.
Well, with that usually comes an intellect because of the exposure that kind of,
Agreed.
life gives. Let me read how premeditated this guy was.
Okay.
The suspected shooter arrives in New York City on a Greyhound bus at the Port Authority terminal. The bus originated in Atlanta and made 6 or 7 stops on the way to New York. Police could not immediately determine where he got on the bus. The man then takes a taxi to the area of the New York Hilton Midtown and is there for about half an hour. Around 11 p.m., the man takes a taxi to the High New York City hostel at 891 Amsterdam Avenue, where he stays until the morning of the shooting. He presents an ID that the police believe to be fake. 2 roommates in a shared room at the hostel, okay, that had bunk beds never saw his face, police said, because he kept his mask on. When speaking with an employee at a hostel lobby, he briefly pulled down his face mask and smiled, a moment captured on some surveillance images that is wildly. So that's where they got that from. He was at the hostel and he put it down for a minute and smiled at somebody. And the police had traced him. Yeah, so he'd been walking around with that mask in the hostel. Imagine you're at a hostel.
Right.
And some guy comes in the bed next to you and he has a mask and shit and a backpack.
See fuss there. It ain't right. Something ain't right. You come in there with a backpack, and a face mask. Man, if you find that money for the hotel in the streets, we can't the street. We're gonna go up the street. This is definitely a one-star hotel. One-star hostel. That's a crazy story. But you see, New York is like that though. You could walk around looking crazy, butt naked. Yeah. With especially now with Vaseline on you, with stars on top of you, and people will not look at you. People will just still be about their business. They're about New Yorkers, about Do I need to go where they gotta go?
And the part of New York he was in, like Amsterdam, like Lower Manhattan, it is so crowded there all the time. People are constantly walking the streets. It's constantly crazy. People just come up to you and they're like, hey, girl, I like your dress. And they go on about their business.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Being New Yorkers, us being New Yorkers, we know this. So we grew up there. People might think that's crazy, but yeah, I could see how he could have been moving around all day and night in a face mask and nobody even know anything.
Yeah, I actually you could see it out in New York. I could tell that's not a big deal at all.
No, yeah, absolutely.
There's so many people in New York just walk around with like sweatshirt, backpack.
Absolutely. She's gonna be there. They're gonna kill a CEO. Think about it. But unfortunately, it happens. I mean,
But again, I was just pointing out how premeditated he is, and so many people that are committing these crimes are really this is more of a thought through thing, you know. But then I really don't understand why at the end he was caught so near the scene of the crime, you know. I believe it was New Jersey. I'm wrong. Somebody out there tell me.
yeah, I think I heard Altoona, Pennsylvania, but
Oh, okay, that's still so low.
arrest me if I'm wrong too, because I might be wrong.
I think it was. You were right. It was out. I think it was about Pennsylvania.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, either way, like you were saying.
Wouldn't you just like book it further away, like?
Right. Well, you ain't get away.
You're like that far.
No, that's not far.
That's like 2 hours away. You like got 2 hours away.
I want to know what his exit strategy was. I mean, did he think he really just had gotten away with it?
I think you should have went to Jersey City personally.
No.
Because that's what
You got ties to Jersey.
well, because that's where he's very Italian, and I think he would have just been able to just been like, yo, do it. Think you just see
Rocky, did you went in with a bunch of
definitely.
be in Little Italy?
That's where he should have made.
That is so crazy.
Oh gosh. Anyway, we're laughing at this, but it's really not funny.
We should end on that last little note
Okay.
on the Little Italy stuff.
Early and just slow the fit out from there.
You know,
Slow the fit out from there.
you know.
I've kept the promise.